And I have a lot of friends that have bet the ranch on Africa. They're very smart. It's got tremendous earth. It's got tremendous value underground, which is a very important. So do we. So does America. We have the most oil and gas and coal and everything of any nation on earth. It's a big advantage. But Africa has tremendous value in its land. And if they can unify and get together, I think it's got tremendous potential. I have a lot of very smart friends that they're putting everything into Africa.
What do you think, Mr. President, is today the biggest mistake that leaders are making right now?
Not sticking together. I think that NATO made a terrible mistake when they wouldn't send a small amount of military armament, when they wouldn't send just even acknowledge what we were doing for the world and taking on Iran. I never considered it very risky, but war is always risk. You know, a lot of strange things happen in war that are very bad, but I didn't consider it. I know how great we're the greatest military by far anywhere. There was nobody close. I didn't think there was a big risk, but there's always surprises with war. They can be very bad surprises. I mean, wars are lost that should be won. Many wars are lost. You think a country is going to wipe somebody out and they end up getting wiped out themselves. So it's always risky. But I think a tremendous mistake was when NATO just wasn't there. They just weren't there. It's going to make a lot of money for the United States because we spend hundreds of billions of dollars a year on NATO, hundreds of protecting them. And we would have always been there for them. But now, based on their actions, I guess we don't have to be, do we?
Mr. President,
that sounds like a breaking story, yes, sir? Is that breaking news? I think we just have breaking news. But that's the fact. I've been saying that. Why would we be there for them if they're not there for us? They weren't there for us.
If you had one bet on the future, what would it be?
That the United States will, with good leadership, remain the dominant country anywhere in the world. But you still need leadership. I mean, look at the last 4 years were so bad with the bad leader. You need leadership. And, you know, in theory, you need to have that. You need the open, fair elections. You need a free press. We have a terrible press. We have a very corrupt media. Think of it. I got 96% negative stories, and I won in a landslide. And you know what that means? That means that the media has no credibility. You can't get mostly bad stories, fake stories. They were fake. The polls are fake. That's why I appreciate that one poll that I saw up there, 100%. She's never seen 100%. Nobody has. But you have to have a free and open media. And when a media can give you 96 to 97% bad stories, they write stories about it. Trump received 97% bad stories, and I won in a landslide. And that means very simply that the media has no credibility because that can't happen. Now, I also have a voice more than most people. I can come up and talk about it and convince people without necessarily reading the New York Times, which is fake. I mean, if you read the New York Times, you would think we're doing badly against Iran. Remember, they have no Navy, wiped out. 159 ships at the bottom of the sea in 3 days. They have no Air Force, all wiped out. They have very few missiles left. Their drones are at a minimum. Their factories are gone. Their leaders are gone. The leaders are all dead. They're all dead. Nobody ever heard of the people that are left. And if you read the Times, you think we're doing poorly. It's almost treasonous, I have to be honest. It's almost treasonous. But fortunately, we have other media that's fair and honest and honorable. And you have to go out and do some of your own talking because nobody else will. You know the expression? I have to sell myself because nobody else will.
My last question, Mr. President, is the same question I asked you last year. What do you want your legacy to be?
Well, I'll tell you what. So I told you that I settled 8 wars. That means millions and millions of people. And some of those wars were going on. One was 34 years, one was 32 years, one was 29 years, one was 22 years. They were long-term wars and a lot of people being killed every year. So I've saved millions and millions of people. And I mean, I know it doesn't sound right for me to say this, but I'd love my legacy to be made as a great peacemaker, because I really believe I'm a peacemaker. It doesn't seem it right now, but I think I'm a peacemaker. Okay?